Hello, and welcome to episode 4 of the Part-Time Players podcast. My name is Reece, and I've got my co-host that's upgraded his mic, Brad. Brad, how are you doing today?
Yeah, hi, good. I'm good, thanks. Yeah, hopefully the audio this week will be, a bit better.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, it was my audio quality that was kind of poor last week. To be fair, you upgraded your mic last week,
I
and
did.
for the listeners at home, I actually bought a mic as well because I think my audio didn't sound that great in episode 3. I was using my AirPods. So I did buy a mic, but I'm a bit of an idiot, and I thought I wouldn't need to test it. All I needed to do was like plug it in, and it turns out that I actually need an adapter, which is fucking Apple's fault. So I blame Apple for
Yeah.
our audio issues. So yep. Anyway, that's enough about audio, but I don't know if did we get any writers in at all to the email address? Have we got like inundated with mail falling through the sky, or like
Um.
Harry Potter?
Yeah.
Everyone's got all
Yeah.
the letters from Hogwarts.
Yeah. No, we haven't had any sort of interactions, but it's still early days, so I will. We'll just we'll flog it again. At PTplayerspod@gmail.com if you've got any questions or just want to get in touch. Anything could be about anything.
Oh,
Um,
feedback, really? Yeah.
feedback. Feedback, suggestions, questions. It'd be nice just to know that we've got a few listeners. We know we have, but it would be nice to hear back from people.
Yeah. The
And
stats are not lying.
we've got our Twitter. It is PT Players at PT Players Pod, and obviously the Facebook page is Part Time Players Podcast. So follow, like, send an
Subscribe,
email.
do
Yep,
a lot. Yeah.
subscribe on YouTube. Leave a nice thumbs up if you enjoy it, and maybe a comment. Other than that, it'd be nice to hear from people, and we will
Yeah.
persist at the end and say it again. So, yeah,
Of course, yeah. I'm sure things will pick up as our listeners picked up. Yeah, like we said in episode 2, where we was kind of almost had the expectations that we'll have 0 listeners. Maybe, the odd friend or odd whoever might listen. I've told a few people, and they're kind of like, oh yeah, I'll subscribe and stuff like that. And so, okay, cool. And you was expecting that people like that to listen to it, but yeah, we've got international listeners. We've got a few listeners in America and stuff like that, which is
it's good.
pretty cool. Yeah,
And
it's pretty cool. So
if you do like what like you say, it's nice to know people are listening. And it'd be nice to get some feedback. What you think, so it'd be good. I don't know about you, Reece, but I think we were talking about the one we haven't played anything this week because we've both been quite busy. So
yes, it's been a very part-time players week.
very very part time players. Yeah, it's 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 horrible. It's horrible as well because like so obviously with all this going on, some people have lost their jobs and not working as much, and it just seems like that some other people are just snowed under with other stuff. It's just
Yeah, it seems to be the case at the moment. I've seen talking to a lot of people at this moment in time. If you are working, everybody's kind of like, I really need a break because work is just really like a stressful and demanding place at this moment in time. And like you said, it's kind of like fortunate that you've not been made redundant, or there's a lot of people in them positions at the moment. But yeah, if you are employed at the moment, it seems to be employers seem to be
yeah.
taking the most of this. I don't know. Yeah, we're in a bit of a weird
It's
times.
a
But
weird,
anyway,
yeah. Hopefully, everything will start getting back to normal in the UK where we are. Obviously, the pubs and
yeah. Did
bars
you go
and
to the pub?
restaurants open on Saturday. I didn't because I just knew it would be an absolute nightmare. So I
Mm,
thought I was there, and it's
mm.
not going to be the same as just going in there and you know and chatting shit with your mates, having a few drinks. It's going to be so different. You got to have a table, and you got some places are only allowed locals. Some
Yeah.
places are time slots. So I thought I'll give it
Ah, okay.
I'll give it a break for a while, and then I'll go. But it's just a strange time.
Yeah, it's a strange time. Do you have a local where you live now?
No, not now. So my local is still my old local, which isn't local to
It's
me.
local. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So
Fair enough.
yeah,
Yeah.
if I was to go to my local, it would mean a half-hour drive. So
I've
um,
literally got, like I
not drink
told you when I
driving though.
first moved. Yeah, of course not. Always being responsible. But
Yeah,
I've got a pub at the end of my road that's literally would take, I don't know, 30 seconds to walk
yeah,
to.
yeah,
And I've been here for a year in my apartment and I've never been there once.
yeah. Exactly. Well, like you saw how close the one was to my old place, and what is that, a
Yeah.
4 minute walk? And I went there.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think I've actually been there more now since I left living around there than
Oh, really?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It's just, but
Yeah.
yeah,
One
strange,
of those things.
strange
It's strange.
times.
Strange
And you'd
fucking
think we'd
time.
have more time to play games, but it turns out I have a lot less. So
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah, it feels the same for me at the moment. But going on to the news, we've got three kind of things we was going to discuss. One kind of relating to a topic that we discussed last week, and it was in terms of prices and whether or not prices will go up next gen, whether or not they will or not. And it's kind of seems to be like the industry have kind of, well, 2K have kind of decided for the industry that it's going to go up by £10.
yeah,
So it seems as if you buy so for anybody who hasn't seen it, so NBA 2K21 is obviously going to be released on PS4, but for the next gen version, so on the PS5 and for the Xbox Series X, it's basically going to be a £10 upgrade. So most of these other games that are doing this is given away free of charge. So it seems to be, and if you do buy it straight on the PS5, they've already confirmed that it would be 69.99 for the next gen version. So yeah, it's a £10 increase. So yeah, what's your thoughts on that, Brad?
um, well, you knew it was going to happen. If they can make money, it does seem a bit strange. Obviously, you've got CD Project Red saying if if you get this on current gen, you don't have to pay. I believe there's a few more like publishers that have said as well, like you don't have to pay
Every
to.
game so far, yeah,
Yeah,
every
you don't
game.
have to pay to pay again. And then 2K, I just think they're just slimy, aren't they? They're just like, oh fuck it, we can make money out of this. We're gonna, and
Mm,
they've just gone, come at me, come, that's it.
yeah,
This is what we're gonna do. What are you gonna do about it? So
yeah.
it'd be interesting to see how how well it goes. But again, that's a game I don't play them, but I've
Yeah,
heard some
same.
reviews and that it's already littered with microtransactions anyway. So they're just it's kind of like a scummy game anyway. As in,
I love these sports games got
yeah,
those, haven't
as
they?
in like not the actual game itself, like all the microtransactions they have in there, and now them just to say, oh yeah, you got to pay to upgrade as well. I don't know. It just seems a bit, yeah, it
Yeah.
just seems a
I
bit.
think I'm pretty sure if you buy the deluxe edition, so they got this like Kobe Bryant special edition version, but I think that's like $99. So if you buy the special edition, then you get the free upgrade.
Yeah, it's yeah, it's
Yeah.
just yeah. I never really. The only games I've ever gone in for like special editions have been Fallout games.
Sure.
So I don't usually go in for that. I'd usually just go for like the bog standard edition. But yeah, no, it's
Mm.
not. I'm not. You knew someone was going to do it, and if they've already decided they're going to keep all the, because a lot of publishers and developers and that they've moved away from the microtransactions. Even EA have got like a 6 month grace period. So
Yep.
if you buy it, you get you can get upgrade within 6 months. Even EA, so it just shows how
Mm.
fucking slimy 2KR. Yeah,
They actually extended it as well to 12, I believe,
oh, is
12 months.
it? So there you go. I mean,
Yeah.
there you
Yeah.
go. It's so
After people kicked off, yeah.
yeah, and then people kicking off about that when 6 months ain't long enough, and so we
Mm.
put to 12 kicking off, but then you got people like EA, 2K, sorry, straight away. No,
Mm.
don't care. You buy it, you're going to pay again to play it, and it's just yeah, I don't agree
Yeah,
with it.
I do sometimes buy the deluxe because I always buy digitally now. I haven't bought a disc for so long, and
Yeah,
obviously you do get the standard version and you get the deluxe version. and there are quite a few games where I did buy the deluxe, like digital deluxe, because I
Okay.
always look and see what you get. Like I did it with like God of War, I did it with Spider-Man, because I think you got like all these like extra things and stuff, and I was like, oh, okay, I would like that little, I don't know, armor piece or that shield or whatever you get with it. If it's something like a theme or a soundtrack or a piece of art or something like digital art book, I'm not really bothered about those. But if there's something like, oh, okay, I would like that. Normally, some kind of cosmetic outfit it generally gets me. If there's something like that, then I normally would buy the deluxe version. It kind of
Yeah,
makes me
yeah,
think for the next gen, maybe that will just be the standard version because they were making it because they're obviously more expensive anyway. They're normally like £70
yeah.
for the deluxe versions. Maybe that will just be the standard version. It's £70 for the game, but you get all these extras with it anyway
I
for
don't. I
pre-ordering.
don't think they will. I think it's going to be
No?
no. They because obviously the deluxe editions they can make money, so they're not going to stop that, are
Yeah,
they? It's just going to be more
yeah,
expensive
maybe.
anyway, and
Sure.
then even more for the special editions. So yeah, we'll see though. But yeah, 2K with the NBA 20 NBA 21. Yeah, it's yeah,
Yeah.
pretty shit.
Is that your Curb Enthusiasm
Yeah,
impression?
yeah, but it's not.
Which was a pretty shit
Yeah, yeah,
impression.
it's not, yeah, it's not pretty good. It's
Yeah,
pretty shit.
yeah.
So I actually saw
Well,
some. That's this has got nothing to do with gaming, but that's been renewed for
all
another
right.
season. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I
it's
haven't. I really liked the show, but I've never actually watched the last season. Like before, obviously, it got renewed.
okay. Yeah, I watched. There was one just on, and it was really good. It was
Is it good?
pretty, pretty good. Yeah, yeah.
Fair enough.
I
Yeah,
like
I
it.
will. I need to catch up on it.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
Um, Talking about TV, good little segue. Is the Fallout TV series
Yes,
on Amazon?
yes.
What, obviously, being a big Fallout fan, what do you think of that? Good
Um,
thing, bad thing?
yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think it should be, could be good. I, um,
Could with a
yeah, could
big
with a
C.
capital K.
Yeah.
It could be good, but obviously, I still really do like. I love Fallout, um, but Fallout 76 kind of ruined it a little bit for me because I've not played it, and apparently it's got a lot better now, and it's actually going to Game Pass this month. So you can
Yeah.
play. But I just think everything they did was kind of shitty. They released it was broke, empty. It
Yep.
was just a mess, and then they was I can't remember what they called it, but that pass where you have to pay so much a year to play it,
Yeah.
and
Yeah. Yeah.
it's just a bit of a shambles. But the people behind, although I didn't really like it, the people behind Westworld are making it. So yeah, Jonathan Nolan and Lisa Joy, they're attached to it, so it could be good. I think I like any films and TV programs really set in like some sort of bleak post-apocalyptic world, and
Mm.
adding some of the Fallout lore into it, like the Brotherhood of Steel and the Enclave, and I think it could be a really good program. And Amazon's seem to be the go-to platform now, really, because I know Netflix used to have. There used to be kind of like a if you was a Netflix TV series or film, it was kind of a bit like it was like a seal, like a quality seal. Like you knew it was going to be good, but the last few years, I think that's slipped a bit.
Mm.
And it's there.
Did
So
you like The Witcher?
I did, yeah. I thought The Witcher was good, yeah.
Mm.
I
Same.
really like that. Uh, but I do, yeah. Some of the other stuff they have on there, it's not great. So
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of other than The Boys, which I think is very good. Have you seen that?
yeah, I like that, yeah. Although I never liked the
Yeah.
comic. When I read the comic, I really didn't like it, but I read it years ago. But
Okay.
I
Yeah, I
really
never
like
read the
I
comic.
really like the TV series, yeah.
Yeah, the show's really good. It should be coming on
Yeah,
soon,
it's
shouldn't it? By then,
September.
next season.
Series two,
Oh,
September. Yeah,
oh, okay, that's great.
yeah,
Yeah, so yeah, that's a great show. Other than that, I can't really think of much else that I really liked on Amazon in terms of like an Amazon original, if you know what I mean. I know they've had like Vikings, and I've watched some other shows on there as well, but it's not actually like their shows. It's just
yeah. I'm
got the
trying to
license
think.
for it.
Yeah, trying to think what I've. There was a cop program on there called Bosch. I used to watch that.
Okay.
That was
Yeah,
Amazon
yeah, yeah.
original. I don't. I think what was it called? Man in the High Castle. That is Amazon.
Oh, yes, I did watch
Yeah,
that. Yeah, I like that. Yeah,
the first season of that was really good. Um,
yeah.
what else? I kind of forget that I have Amazon. Like that's another platform to go to.
Yeah, yeah. There's so many now. You kind of
Yeah,
forget what is on what. And yeah, I haven't got Amazon anymore. And I don't know. It's one of the ones where I feel like you should just like subscribe and then unsubscribe, and
yeah,
depending on what month. So like for September now, you told me that I will subscribe to
yeah,
Amazon that month,
yeah.
and then I'll watch Boys within that month, and then I'll unsubscribe again.
Unsubscribe. Yeah,
And I didn't used to do that with Netflix. I used to have just Netflix all year round, and then it got to the point where I was kind of like, for about 8 months, I don't even touch Netflix really. Like
exactly.
I don't really watch it. It's
Yeah,
only when like something specific comes on that I want to watch, um, I then decide to watch it. But other than that, I don't. So yeah, I've decided to do the unsubscribe, resubscribe thing with that,
yeah, yeah. No,
which is
I've had Netflix now. I think more or less since it got released in the UK. So I've had it consistently. I've never. That's the one I don't cancel.
mm,
I've got Amazon Prime just because I've got Amazon Prime and a delivery service. Cause I've got student one, so it's a little bit a little bit cheaper. Lovely. And I did just cancel Disney Plus because I had it for months. I watched all the Mandalorian. There was literally nothing else on there I wanted to watch, so that's gone. Um,
sure.
it's just
Yeah,
that was not there was
I
nothing on
still
there. So
yeah I've still got that because I did a deal with my friend and we went in like 3 ways
okay,
with the 12-month
oh
kind
right,
of
okay. Yeah, yeah,
thing. So yeah, I think I paid like £12.50, and I've got it for like the next year. So
yeah.
yeah,
That's
still love
that's
it.
right, yeah. I see. I was paying £5.99 a month, and I just kind of thought, yeah, it's not a
Yeah,
lot, but for something I literally don't use, I thought I'll just cancel it.
yeah, I would have
Um,
done the same thing if I was paying for it monthly because I haven't watched anything since. Yeah, I
yeah,
watched The Mandalorian, like you said. I watched all the Clone Wars, which and did you watch the Clone Wars?
no, no,
No, did you ever watch any of them like years ago when they were on?
no, no, not
No, no.
really. Yeah.
You should give it a go. Oh no, you cancelled it, but when you get it back on, you should give it a little watch. They are really good. Um, yeah, and I watched some of the Marvel movies again, and I watched some of the original Star Wars and Rogue One,
Yeah.
etc. But
Well, that's the thing.
uh,
I was like, oh, Rise of Skywalker, even though it was terrible, I hadn't seen it, and I was like, oh, it's on Disney Plus. I watch it, but as it got released on Disney Plus, it seems like all the big Disney films are getting released the same day on Sky. So I've got Sky, so I was like, oh, it's even less point having Disney Plus now. So yeah,
I was it was on Sky Movies
yeah,
rather than
it got released on Disney Plus, and then it
ah
got released on Sky Movies exactly the same day. It's same as that Maleficent 2. I haven't watched that.
okay
That got released on Disney Plus, and then got released on Sky the same day as well. So yeah, I
ah
just cancelled it.
strange that they would do that.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think they've got some sort of deal with Sky or something. I don't know, but yeah, that's
maybe. Yeah.
but
Oh well. So
oh,
moving on.
sorry, that's what I was going to say. That
Okay.
the Lord of the Rings show. That's that will hopefully be good. That's
Oh yeah, yeah.
Amazon
That's on
as well.
Amazon as well, isn't it?
Yeah, that's another big one.
Yeah.
So yeah,
When is that coming? Is there a date on that?
I don't think so. I haven't heard anything. You
Hmm.
know what? I'm going to check now. If you talk now, and I'll check, and I'll come back to you.
I will talk. I will fill in the air, the blank space. So, the next kind of topic, while Brad looks that up, was going to be about Ubisoft Forward. So, Ubisoft is going to be Forward is basically their digital conference, their E3 conference. Obviously, everybody's been doing a digital one this year, given no E3, etc. So it's going to be on the 12th of July, which is this coming Sunday. So yeah, we'll both be staying tuned. I believe it's going to be 9 p.m. UK time. So if you are in the UK, then yeah, give it a watch because we'll also be discussing our thoughts next week. But obviously, the obvious things that are going to be there would be Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I imagine Watch Dogs, Legion will be there, which both of them games, funny enough, are both set in England. so some English stuff for Ubisoft.
Yeah, no,
Um,
I'm not a big fan of Watch Dogs. Played the first one.
mm,
Never played the second one. Played the first one, didn't like it, but I was actually really looking forward to the new one, Legion. So when they said that it got delayed, I was a little bit, disappointed. But yeah, I looking forward to seeing some more about that
mm.
on Sunday.
Hope they give another date because it out of all the games, because those were one of the games that were supposed to be coming out in like that March, April period when all the games were coming out. Then obviously Avengers, Cyberpunk, Last of Us, all them games were supposed to be coming out in this like short window, and the only one that stayed was obviously Final Fantasy. But out of all the ones that obviously moved, Watch Dogs was the only one that never actually got another release date,
Yeah, yeah.
which I thought was kind of odd. And it got removed from the PS Store, like you can't even pre-order it.
Okay. Yeah, hopefully they'll bring out a date. Um, I wouldn't be surprised if it's next year now, to be honest.
Mm.
But yeah, that looked good. I don't know. Maybe you never know. Maybe another little cheeky Far Cry. Who knows?
Yeah, do you think is that your prediction? Is Far Cry going to be there?
Yeah, mate. Well, we said one of their biggest ones, isn't it? And it always sells quite well. Um,
Yeah.
I know they've done that. They done like that, like a 0.5, didn't they? With Far Cry 5, with what was it called? Oh, I can't remember what it's called. But it was
Mm.
set. It was set like in a
Something
post-nuclear world.
far. Was it called? No,
No, I can't remember. Oh, New Dawn or something, maybe.
it was called New Dawn. Yes, you're right. It's called New Dawn.
Look
Yeah,
at that, boom. Um,
good memory.
yeah. So
But got
no. So I'd say yeah, maybe a Far Cry. I would be quite happy for a Far Cry. I actually think I'm going to invest in the Assassin's Creed this year as well.
yeah, you should
Yeah.
kind of since Origins because you haven't played any since what the original kind of
Uh,
trilogy,
yeah, since the Ezio
Ezio.
days, yeah, because
Yeah, yeah.
they just kind of like kind of lost interest in them, and then I wanted to play Origins and um, Odyssey, but they're so time consuming. But I think
They are
I
very
will.
much so.
I might even go in for Odyssey because I like Greek mythology and that, so I might go in for that one. And yeah, Valhalla maybe.
Yeah,
Dip
they're
into
solid
that.
games to be fair, but they are definitely changed the type of game it is. They're not short anymore. They are pretty
Yeah,
lengthy in terms of the amount you can do in the scope, but you can kind of skip a lot of it, like the open worlds that they make. They're just like so vast because you have like a ship and you can sail and you can upgrade your ship, you can upgrade yourself, and you've got different lands and German regions. But yeah, no, they're very good games. They're very good
yeah.
games.
No, I will go in. I will go in for it. So yeah, I reckon. Yeah, maybe a date for Watch Dogs, maybe a Far Cry. Um, you never know. Maybe another South Park game. Yeah, no, I don't think I'll be there. But
Yeah.
yeah, it should be good. I know there was a lot of people went off Ubisoft because they just kept releasing broken games, but I think they've kind of come back a little bit, a little bit more credible now. So yeah, look
Yeah,
forward to that. I'll
definitely.
watch that on Sunday, and then obviously yeah, we can do a little discussion about it on Monday when we record. So yeah, should
Yeah, definitely next week. Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it. I'm secretly, I must be quite a big Ubisoft fan because I like a lot of their games. Like, I really like Assassin's Creed. I pretty much buy every one. Yeah, I did kind of fall off a little bit with Unity because that was the one that was broken, and you had all the memes of like the faces with the eyeball faces.
yeah,
Um, the one was set in Paris kind of thing. But even that one, I never had any issues in terms of like bugs in mine, and I kind of liked it. It was alright. It wasn't like the best game, but it was decent. But yeah, I've always liked those games. Far Cry, I've never been the biggest fan of Far Cry. I played them. I really liked number three. I think that was the best one.
yeah,
Um, I wasn't a big fan of five. Obviously, that was the one set in America. And I've never
yeah.
played New Dawn. But I know you're probably a bigger Far Cry fan, aren't you, than Assassin's Creed fan?
Yeah, I do really enjoy the Far Cry games. I even like Far Cry 2. I know a lot of people said that one was pretty shit, but I really enjoyed it. That was one where you was in Africa and you had to take malaria medication, and
Mm.
you had like little companions that come and help you, and they could die. And I thought it was a really good game. Had really good fire physics as well. Yeah, so I'm more I'm more for. I'd go in more for Far Cry games. I think maybe because they're a bit more, not as long, not as open world as the Assassin's Creed games is probably. And I do like a decent shooter. So yeah, hopefully there'll be a Far Cry announced. But if not, even if it is just a release date for Legion, and it'd be good. And maybe you never know,
Yeah,
like a few surprises. Maybe they might even have a new IP. You never know.
yeah. They announce some new things all the time, don't they? Or not all the time, but they normally have some kind of different Tom Clancy game. I think this
Oh
one will probably
yeah,
be the Quarantine one, which looks like a bit more of a stealth horror thing.
yeah,
Or I don't know if there's like a Rainbow Six under that kind of branch. Obviously, I think it's too soon for Division. I don't know what's going on with the Beyond Good and Evil because
yeah. I think that's just kind of been
what
forgotten about, isn't it? Really.
I'm sure that will pop up one day,
Yeah.
but I don't know what's going on with that. They had that weird game, was it Skull and Bones, where they took the pirate from Black Flag, like the actual ship battles, and they turned it into like a full game.
Okay.
I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know if that got cancelled, but that got announced like a few free E3s ago, sorry, and that's not come out. So yeah, maybe that will turn up.
Yeah, I
So
would.
yeah, they got a few games where it's kind of like, oh, is this going to turn up? Is this not going to turn up? But then every year, it's always the rumor: is it like is Splinter Cell coming back?
I would go mad if they announce a new Splinter Cell with Michael Ironside doing the voice. I would lose my mind because I'm a massive fan of Splinter Cell. Didn't play the last one they brought out. I can't even remember what it was called. The last one I played was Splinter Cell Conviction, and it was brilliant. Um, the reason I boycotted the last one they brought out is because they had a new voice actor, and I thought it's not going to be the same.
Mm,
So yeah, I can't wait. If they announce that, it would be brilliant.
yeah, totally, definitely. The only other thing I guess they will talk about, although it got released, or well, it's going to be released on the 12th of July, and that is Hyperscape, and that's their free-to-play battle royale game. So they're joining the Fortnite party.
Okay.
Obviously, it's definitely not a part-time players or my type of thing. I'm sure it's not your
No,
type of
no.
bread, but yeah, there seems to be some integration with Twitch, which allows you for like Twitch streamers to be able to like I don't know, there's some integration with Twitch, so you basically can stream the whole battle and all the things, and um, yeah, it could kick off or it might not kick off. I don't know. Every time a new one enters the game, you kind of think, is it too late? Because I thought it was too late for Apex Legends, but that's doing well. So
Yeah, yeah,
what do I know? What do I know?
yeah.
So
No,
this could do
it's
well, it might not.
we're not getting paid the big bucks to market and develop these games. So yeah,
Mm,
I do
so yeah.
I do have a quick update on Lord of the Rings. If
Oh yeah,
anyone,
go for it. Yeah,
cares, uh,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
they started filming like in February, but on the March 17th they had to stop due to COVID again,
Ah,
ruining something else. So they stopped then, but they still think it might be out for a 2021 release. So next year,
20 next year. Okay,
yeah.
that's
So that's
optimistic.
because I know the same with The
Yeah.
Witcher, in it that got that was filming and that had to be stopped because of COVID.
Mm,
So
mm.
um,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's some Disney Plus shows. I don't know if it was the Obi-Wan show or it was something else. Maybe it was one of the Marvel shows for Disney Plus. I don't know. But I'm pretty sure they were supposed to be due and to be filming, and that got delayed as well. So,
yeah,
um,
it messed a lot of stuff up, didn't it? So yeah,
yeah,
hopefully
well, everything's been
2021.
pushed back anyway, hasn't it? Really. So I guess
Yeah,
it
exactly.
doesn't
Yeah,
really.
yeah. It's bad because oh no, actually, I'm not going to bother. Can't be bothered to talk about that. I was just going to say. I was going to say EastEnders ain't on, but I just thought no one cares, and I don't even watch it. So yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
well, that's bad. It's a bit embarrassing. That is.
Mm, mm.
Yeah.
Well, I think that is it for the news this week. Oh, one last thing about Ubisoft, which would make me lose my mind. Although technically, I guess I get that type of game with Assassin's Creed, but if they announce a new Prince of Persia,
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
that would make me lose my shit.
Yeah. So
I want that more than anything.
yours is Prince of Persia. Mine is Splinter Cell.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I've got a feeling we're both going to be disappointed.
Yeah, I have no expectations there's going to be any
No.
Prince of Persia, but even if they remaster, or not, I don't want a remaster. I want a remake,
Yeah,
remake of the original. Give me a remake of the original, um, and I'll be quite happy with that.
yeah. Oh,
Mm.
one last thing in the news.
Yeah, go for it.
Everyone was kicking off about they thought there was going to be microtransactions in Crash Bandicoot 4, but there's not because it was just in case the way they listed it on. I think it was on the Xbox store or the way they advertise it. There was like a space for like microtransactions add-ons, but he's like no, it hasn't got microtransactions. It's just got it's for DLC or whatnot. So yeah,
Okay.
they've come out and said there is no microtransactions in it. But yeah, you that was wait and see.
Mm.
And one
Cosmetics, maybe. You
yeah,
can
I
pay for
think
like
it's
outfits or something.
yeah, something like, or like extra content or stuff like that. But yeah,
Mm.
apparently they've said no. But you never know. And one other thing, this is actually my brother brought up because he was a bit annoyed. Shout out to Ashley because I dare say he wants a shout out. I've got a shout out now. I've got to give everyone shout outs now. There's no vehicle customization in Cyberpunk. They've come out and said that you can't customize vehicles yourself. You can steal vehicles and get vehicles that are already customized, but you
Mm.
can't do it. You can't do it yourself. You can't pimp your own ride, which is a bit it's a bit of a disappointment. But then I think as well, how often would I do it? I'll probably get a car and then
Mm.
just stick with it.
Do Yeah, I guess I don't know. I guess it depends on the settings, but in RPGs, would you normally be able to do that? Because obviously, it's not a first-person shooter, isn't it? It is an actual full RPG.
Yeah, yeah. Well, in one of the games I'm going to be talking about later on, you could. So,
Is that a first-person shooter or
it's
RPG?
an RPG. Yeah, I'd
Okay,
class it as an RPG. Yeah. So,
okay. We'll see. We'll see.
yeah.
Yeah, okay. We'll go on to that then. The main topic of the show this week. So, yeah. So we was trying to think of a topic that we could talk about, and an interesting thing we wanted to think of. We kind of wanted to talk about our favorite games on the PS4, but then we kind of thought, okay, that's quite easy. We kind of was just going to pick, I don't know, God of War, Spider-Man, or something like that, like the obvious things that everybody talks about. So then we decided what is our three favorite games on a PS4 which are not first party. So we can't choose any games that were made by a Sony studio or was published by Sony. So even things like Ratchet and Clank, and obviously technically Spider-Man wasn't first party because Somniac wasn't actually owned by them at the time. So, but however, it was actually published by them. So yeah, it still doesn't count. So I don't know if you want to kick off, Brad, with your first game and the reasons why.
Okay, yeah. So one of the best games I played on the PS4, and it was a free game, PlayStation Plus, a few years ago now, was
Mm,
Mad Max. So, um,
sure.
2015, it come out. It got released on the same day as Metal Gear Solid 5. So might have been why it kind of got lost a little bit. Um, I say I never really saw it. It came out the same year as the film as well, I think, but it's not like there's elements of the film in it, but it's not like a film tie-in. So it's
Sure.
actually a good game.
That was good. That was really good.
Yeah, exactly. So I didn't see it when it first came out. Like I said, downloaded it, and I just downloaded it one day off at my library. And
Sure.
it's just a really good game. It's such a I don't usually like car combat games, but the car combat in it is just it's amazing. It's just you kind of start off, as Mad Max, and your car gets taken, and you get like stripped of all your gear and left in the desert for dead, and you meet this guy called Chum Bucket, who's like some like weird hunchback, guy who's a mechanic, and you kind of build your own car. So you build a car from scratch. And that's why I
Yep.
said about the vehicle customization. You can choose all different body types for it. You can have
Sure.
spikes on it, flamethrowers. You get like a harpoon gun. Like the sniper element of the game is in the car, if you know what I mean. So if you need to snipe someone, you pull up in the car, you get your sniper out, and you use it. And it's just the car combat is just brilliant. Like so, you can you can put those massive spikes on your wheels. I don't know what they're called, and grind up against other cars. And if you can aim, you can target their fuel tanks. So you shoot it, and they just blow up. So it's you get people jumping on it like the film. Like they jump over and try and get on your car. You got
Sure, yeah.
they do that like I think they're called Wild Boys. But yeah, it's just amazing, and so that's the car combat is just brilliant, and it actually controls really well as well, because it's by Avalanche who made the Just Cause games, and I know the car mechanics in that are a bit crap, but they've really done a good job in this one. It's brilliant, and then not when you're on foot, you've got your shotgun, and but it's mainly just like fist fights, like hand to hand combat. So it's kind of like Arkham. So you get like a prompt counter, that's the combat system of it. And you can have shivs, so you can do finishers, and obviously you got your multiplier, the combat multiplier. So then you can unlock finishing moves, and there's it's kind of like Mad Max Rage. It's kind of like a Spartan Rage from God of War, where you just kind of tear through people. It's just really, it's really good. It's like the map ain't huge, but there's like it's kind of like an like RPG, like Assassin's Creed and stuff. You've got sectors, and each there
Sure.
like you got so many camps and so many they're called like scarecrows that you have to destroy, and so many scavenger sites, and you just go through clearing them all out and clearing up the map basically. And like when you go for the camps, you have to take out like the perimeter defenses, and obviously there's a lot of combat in there. And they've got like war boys, so they're on like they're usually like suspended over like where all the other guys are. Can't really think of a word for it. And if you don't get them first, they like start banging the drums and call more people in. So you have to try and find ways to kill them first.
Okay. So do it
It's
stealthily. Can you be stealth? Is there like options of different, or
no,
is it all?
there's not stealth. No, it's full on, combat, and
Sure.
it's just like the weather in it. So obviously it's a desert, but it's not boring, if you know what I mean. So it is just like a bleak desert, but um, the colours, and it's just such a good looking game. And every now and again you'll see this huge almighty storm like just coming towards you, and when like you can either really like, you kind of have to get to cover when it hits, because you just kind of get thrown around and there's debris flying everywhere. But if you do go in the storm, there's like big like it's like caches of parts and stuff. So there's
Yep.
kind of like a risk reward going into the storms, but it's just the visuals of it. It just looks amazing for like a game that's now 5 years old. It's so good. And like as I say, the car combat. So you got these big convoys, like, and you can see them in the distance because there's all this smoke and dust getting kicked up. So you go there and you have
Sure.
to take out all these different cars to get to like the head like truck boss kind of guy. Take them out, and each time you do that, you get like a hood ornament. Yeah, it's just such a good game. It's a shame that it's kind of overlooked because I really enjoyed it. The story's it's not amazing, but it's good for what it is. And maybe I feel like this way because I got it, on PlayStation Plus as like a download, and I didn't pay for it when
Would
it
you
first came out.
would you have paid for it, knowing how
In
good it is?
hindsight, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
it's well worth. I think it's worth it. Yeah, it's just a really good, fun game.
I have it on in my library, to be fair, but I've never downloaded it or played it.
Yeah, I think I'd say this is to anyone who's um, got it in a library. Sorry, yeah, definitely give it a go. It's so
Because
good.
I'm sure you could pick it up pretty cheap by now anyway, even if you
Oh
didn't.
yeah, definitely, yeah, and it's just such it's really at the beginning. I think I spoke to, it might have been you. he said like you played at the beginning, but it didn't grab you. I think once you get past like the kind of beginning, like the, like, for want of a better word, tutorial, that's when it really comes into its own. So it's definitely
Mm,
worth persevering through, and just upgrading your car, and you can upgrade max. So you know, you can upgrade your
mm.
stats, you can upgrade your shotgun and your sniper and your harpoon gun, and it's just fun, like, pulling up to a camp and like all these guys running out towards you, and you can just harpoon them and drag them behind your car, and it's just it's a really enjoyable game.
Sure, sure, sure. Yeah, that sounds interesting. I may give it a go
Yeah, no,
if
definitely.
I yeah, because I've been to play and I want to fill in like a backlog, like you said, it's in my library anyway. So yeah, I should
Yeah,
give it a go. But yeah, sounds good. I've heard other people say it's good anyway, so it's one of them things that's kind of like, oh yeah, I might play it one day. But yeah, it was me. I did once download it because I heard good things about it, and then I turned it on, and I did say I haven't played it because I haven't really played it. I put it on for like I don't know 2 minutes, and I thought, I'm not really feeling this at the moment, and
yeah,
then I turned it off, and then I never put it back on, and I ended up deleting it. So, yeah, yeah, but I should give it a go, and yeah,
yeah.
it's on my list of things to do
I
to
think it's
play.
actually quite an obtainable platinum as well if you go in for that sort of thing.
Sure.
There's a
Did you
few.
have the platinum?
No, I think there's a few
Mm.
races which I don't really go in. I don't really like the racing part of it, so I didn't really do it. But I think it is. It's quite attainable. It's actually quite. It can be a bit bit scary as well because there's like one faction on there. They like live underground, and there's one bit you have to go to like this abandoned airport and go through, and you know like they're just going to like start like jumping out and
Is this all in the car, or are you walking around?
that's in the car, but then you do have to get out and walk around, yeah, because you have to go and find some fairy lights, I think it is. So you go,
Okay, yeah.
yeah, you try to find, yeah, and it's like they like jump here, and obviously there's a bit where you're stuck in a room and they're just flooding in.
Mm.
But yeah, it's that bit was really atmospheric, and uh,
Do you
yeah,
think we're going to get a sequel?
well, I don't know, it's Avalanche, so now they've gone on to they done Rage 2, didn't they? Which wasn't very
Okay,
good. I swear they was making another. Can't think of what else. I thought I heard that they was making something else, but yeah, no, I don't think they'll get another. I don't think it'll get a sequel. 'Cause it didn't, as I say, it wasn't didn't do too well when it came out. But it's a shame because it's a really good game. Yeah, it's really good.
sure. Mm. Well, are you done with your number one?
Yep, done with my number one. Yep, my tick that off.
Mm, okay, my number one, and I couldn't really choose anything else to be fair, just because of the amount of time I put into the game, and it's Destiny 2.
Okay, yep,
Um, Obviously, don't really need to explain what Destiny 2 is. Everybody's aware of Destiny 2, and probably my favorite thing about Destiny 2, which is kind of like it is and it isn't. It's kind of like a very not part timers game, but at the same time, it can be a very part timers game
yep,
because once you're in and you've got to a certain level and you've kind of committed a certain amount of time, you can kind of just jump in and out whenever you want. So I could like even like now, if I was going to play anything after this podcast, if I was going to play anything, it would probably be that because I could just jump in. I could just play a quick like strike, which is basically like a little mission thing. I don't know, it's going to take 10, 15 minutes. I could do that and I could just jump out. I'll get some rewards from it and jump out, or I could play a game of Gambit, which is more of like a multiplayer game where you can kind of killing enemies and then you've got a bank like things called moats and stuff. Or you could play like P versus P. Do you know what I mean? There's so many, like the game is so diverse with the amount of things you could do. It's kind of very much can be very casual if you want it to be.
yeah,
But when you do want to be have a more intense or full on game, you can do the more things like raids and stuff that's going to take hours and you've got to be very good, you've got to be coordinated. If you fancy doing that, which I occasionally do at the weekends. Yeah, I've been playing it since the beginning. It's been, I don't know, we're going into year 4 now. So I've been
yeah,
playing it for 4 years. I've been buying every season. Yeah, and I love the game. I love how it's evolved. They've changed a lot of things. I think that they've made a lot of mistakes on the way, but I'm glad that Bungie have split from Activision and that they are no longer making a Destiny 3 and that they're going to be sticking with Destiny 2 for the next, I don't know, 3, 4 years. That's what they've announced.
yeah. Because
Um,
that was like the idea around the first one, wasn't it? I think that they'd just keep adding to it and updating it.
yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah.
It doesn't
Yeah,
make
but
sense.
Activision had different plans. They wanted to make it into like a game that comes out every 4 years, so that's why they split. And so yeah, Bungie's back on track to
Yeah,
what they want to do.
Bungie.
Um,
Obviously, I've got a lot of love for Bungie because they obviously made the first 3 Halo games.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
maybe did they make ODST? They might have made ODST. I can't remember. But yeah, so I've got a lot of
not
love
sure.
for Bungie. Now they're
Mm,
being passed over to 343. They're pretty crap. But yeah, and
sure.
what with Destiny as well, that got released in it. That got released on PlayStation Plus. September in 2018 because I remember it's just before Spider Man. So
Yeah, yeah.
because I started playing it. And that was another good way of getting people on board, wasn't it? Really, as well, getting the base game free and then just buying the add-ons.
Since then, they've changed that, so it's now got a thing called New Light, which is
Okay.
basically that. It's like free to play, but it's just the base game. And then if you want to play like any of like season 2 and season 3, which is Forsaken and then Shadowkeep, you basically just buy them as like expansions.
Okay.
So it is a bit more like an MMO where you just buy expansions. You have the base game, which is free, and then you just buy the expansions each season. So yeah, they have changed the model, but because the game is so big, which is my biggest criticism of the game, it's ridiculous. And it's more the architecture and the PlayStation. So when your PlayStation updates a game, how it does it is it has to then reinstall the full game.
Okay.
But Destiny is so big, it's like 108 or 118 gig.
Hmm.
It takes longer. It takes about my PlayStation maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours just to install it. But because my internet's really fast, it could be like a really small update, which is like a few megabits, and it's taken like, I don't know, 30 seconds to download. But then it takes 2 hours just to install the whole game again,
Yeah.
which is just infuriating
Yeah.
because, like I said, sometimes I just want to jump on, play a quick game. I realize it's got an update file, and I'm like, oh fuck, I can't upplay it now because that's it, that's done for the day. So that's the only criticism, which I guess it's not the game's fault, it's more probably the PlayStation's fault. But yeah, that's a real pain with it. But yeah, with the new season coming up, because the game is so big, they've said they had to like sunset a lot of the content.
Uh,
So all like year one weapons, they're just getting rid of a lot, and there's going to be like like 3 or 4 different planets that are going as well in September. So um, yeah, they're losing a lot of content, but they're obviously giving us a lot of new stuff
yeah.
anyway. So
Yeah.
yeah,
It's a
exciting
good way of doing it.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've never been into it really. I've never been into the Destiny games. But I can see why
Mm,
they're appealing, and I know
mm.
you love them. We've talked about it before, but yeah, no, that's
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Gunplay is so good as well. Sometimes when you jump in, you play other games with like guns,
yeah,
and then you kind of like, okay, this feels alright, and then you go back to Destiny, you're just like, why does this feel so good? Like, I honestly think it's the best shooter I've ever played. It just feels good. I guess it comes from like their Halo days, where Halo guns felt really good as well.
yeah,
And
definitely.
it's the same as that. They just carried it over. Bungie with their gunplay is just so good. Um, but yeah, I love the game. It's great.
Yeah, and
But yeah,
I like the fact that you said it is a part-time player game as well. So yeah, that is yeah,
But you wouldn't think, most people would look at it and think, no way you can play this game as part time. This is so full on. And
yeah,
it does look it because when you first sign in, you've got a really low like power level when you're looking at people that have got like the power levels are now like 1,000, I don't know, 60 kind of average now. And you're starting in at maybe, I think like the bottom cap when you like download New Light is like 750. So
okay,
you're thinking, oh wow, like the amount of hundreds of levels I've got to go through to get there. It seems a bit daunting, but the kind of the it, it helps you a lot to catch up, so it's not as bad as what you kind of think.
yeah, yeah. No, that's
Yeah.
good. It's a great choice. Yeah, I might go back to it. At some point, but
Mm,
who knows?
who knows?
Who knows?
But yeah, go on. What's your second game?
So my second game is a game I love. It's called Fallout 4. So yeah,
Okay.
back in 2015, I think I actually booked like a week off work to play this when it came out.
Yes, yes, I remember. Yeah,
Yeah,
we
so
still worked together then, didn't we? So
yeah, it's such a good game. I know like a lot of people said it wasn't as good, and yeah, Bethesda
that's number
really,
three.
yeah, not as good as for number 3, and especially New Vegas.
Sure.
And Bethesda kind of should invest in a new engine. But I just really enjoyed it. I thought
Yes, they should.
the quests were good. I liked all the loads of gun customization. I quite enjoyed the settlement building as well. I thought that was good. Like the story arc of Brotherhood of Steel and
Mm,
synths and who were they, and I thought it had a good story. I kind of called the end before I got to it, but I actually I went
mm,
through and played it again as on the railroad side, on the Brotherhood of Steel side, so I've done all the multiple endings. Uh, just a really good strong game, I think. I never really had. I know there's a lot of glitches and bugs. I didn't really suffer from that many. So
I didn't either when I played it. I never beat it, but yeah, I didn't either.
yeah, I was just saying, I've platinumed a few games, and they're mainly I've platinumed Skyrim twice and
Mm.
Fallout 3, and I was so annoyed, as you know, I had one more trophy to get to
Oh
platinum.
yeah, I remember
Yeah,
now. Yeah, this was the one you had one
yeah,
trophy to get and you couldn't get it.
that
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
bloody
Was it
settlement.
the? Oh, it was the settlement happiness. Was
Yeah,
it the
100%.
happiness?
Last
Yes.
settlement happiness, yeah, and it's I looked on it the other day. I was actually going through my trophies, and it's still ultra rare, so it just shows that not a lot of people's getting that one. So
Mm.
yeah, if anyone out there who's listened to this and has got it and has platinumed Fallout 4, yeah, send me an email or a tweet and let me know how you did it, because I still would just love to go back in there just to get that trophy and just add that platinum to the list. But I really like the DLC as well, because I got bought the season pass, and the Far Harbor
Mm.
DLC for it was amazing. It's
Okay. Yeah.
really good, completely new map, like a different area.
Yeah.
Really good story. You kind of find out more of Valentine, like backstory.
Sure.
Like the synth detective. So you find out about
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
him, and it's really good. It's kind of like Point Lookout DLC for Fallout 3 was in a totally new area. It's just so good. The other DLC was, what was it? Automatron. It's kind of like this person who built robots, and
Mm.
that introduced the you could build your own robot companion and whatnot. And then they also had the crafting. There was like a crafting one where you could craft load of stuff, like set up factories and build stuff. And the last one they brought out was Nuka Cola World, which I haven't actually played. So
Okay. Yeah.
that is, I could go back in and play that, because I would like to. I don't know why I never got round to it, to be honest. I know I started it again a
Mm.
few years ago, but yeah, it's such a good
Have you still got it on your PlayStation?
it's still on there. Yeah, it's still, because I've got a 2 terabyte hard drive as well, so I've got quite a lot
Okay.
of room on it. But yeah, it's still on there. So yeah, it's just that was my number two. It's a brilliant game. I love it. I was really disappointed when they brought out Fallout 76, because, like I've said before on this, I don't really like the whole online go. I like playing online with my mates and that, but I don't really like the whole online element, playing with wandering around and there's strangers,
Mm.
strangers there, and they can just like kill you and all that. I just want I'm more of a single player
Mm.
story kind of guy. So
Yeah.
yeah, that
Did you ever play Elder Scrolls Online?
no, never played that
Mm.
one even. No. Um, but yeah, I would really love Bethesda to
Mm.
pull their finger out and announce when Elder Scrolls 6 is coming out, and well, a Fallout 6, but sorry, Fallout 5, but I don't think that's going to be anytime soon. So
Yeah, I don't think there's any time soon either. Because I think is it Starfield?
yeah, exactly. But they're not really released any details on that, and all they keep saying is it's coming, but no one knows anything about it. When it's coming out, what it is, it's just kind
Mm.
of a bit of a
I'm pretty sure they said Starfield is coming out before the next Elder Scrolls.
yeah,
So you'd think the order is going to be this Starfield, which is probably what, I don't know, you've got to say what, within the next 2, 3 years that's got
yeah,
to be coming,
yeah,
surely. It got announced like what, 2 years ago now. So,
yep,
um, well, we got the teaser, and obviously they teased Elder Scrolls at the same time. And I think they said Elder Scrolls is even further out than that. So
yeah,
you're probably thinking, what? I don't know, in the next 4 or 5 years, the next Elder Scrolls, and then probably Fallout is going to be even further than that. So you may be looking at what 6, 7 years before
Which
that
is
comes.
mental.
So
Thinking Skyrim first, it come out in 2011, so we're coming up to 10 years ago that game came out. And like, yeah, I know they've
mm,
released it on everything, but the actual base game first came out in November the 11th, 2011. It's
mm.
yeah, it's
I think we're going to go well over a decade before we get another GTA. When
yeah,
did the original GTA 5 come out?
yeah,
13?
yeah,
13 or 12?
2013. Yeah,
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be 23 when we get the next GTA.
it's just such bullshit. It's just like they're gone. That I was thinking about the other day.
Maybe real, I don't know.
That press release. Oh, yeah, we've had a a Grand Theft Auto on every PlayStation. It's like, yeah, fucking different ones. You've gone now. You're gonna be gone a whole generation without bringing out a new GTA. So because GTA 4,
Mm,
GTA 5 come out on the PS3 and Xbox 360,
mm,
nothing on the PS4. You had Red Dead, and then you've got then they're bringing out again
mm,
on PS5, like we talked about in our first episode. It makes sense, but it is
mm,
kind of a slap in the face to fans. It's kind of like, oh, we're making money still, so fuck off. We're not making a new game. It's just kind of, yeah. I don't really agree with it, and it annoys me a little bit. But
mm. Yeah, look, once again, it's the online stuff, isn't it? GTA Online seems to be keeping the game going. But hopefully, what they seem to be doing with the next gen is that they seem to be splitting it. So hopefully, GTA Online is just a separate game.
yeah,
And if they bring out a new GTA, it's just a single player game. I think they should just split it. Just make GTA Online a free to play game. Loads of people would download it. Then you just got your microtransactions. You can have your shark cards or whatever you're doing, and people will just buy stuff anyway. So you're still going to make loads of money from that.
yeah,
And just keep going, and then just make GTA ever so often as like a single player game separately.
yeah, yeah.
I
That,
think I think that probably is what they'll do. That makes sense.
hopefully, we do get a new game from them. Would be
Mm,
nice, but yeah.
would be nice. Would be nice. But going on to my game number two, and that is Shadow of Mordor,
Okay,
which
yes.
which is kind of another licensed game and kind of surprise. Well, I am a Lord of the Rings fan, but I'm not a massive dork for
I,
Lord of the
I
Rings.
am. I'm a massive dork for Lord.
Yeah, you're probably a bigger dork with Lord of the Rings than I am.
I've read all the
However,
books.
I've never read any of the books. Obviously, I've seen the films, um, and obviously I understand the lore and everything behind it and things like that. So yeah, I know obviously of Tolkien and all his stuff and things, but yeah, I really love this game. I feel it was great. It's obviously it's an open world action adventure game, and you basically play as this. Is he a ranger? I believe he's a ranger, and obviously I don't know. It's just really fun. The nemesis system is really good. I've never seen that in a game. I don't know why other games haven't copied that.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know if it's
fun.
licensed or whatever, but the fact that you can kill someone or you don't kill them, and then there's consequences of that, and you
Yeah,
can get stronger, and then you can keep revenge, and then they come find you later in the game. That's just really good. Yeah, it's really fun. The powers, obviously, with the is it? I don't know. I can't remember what the elf guy is called. Is it called
yeah, no,
Talon?
yeah. I think so. Yeah, yeah. Something like
Is
that.
Talon? Yeah, I can't remember what his name was, but yeah, obviously you're half.
Was,
It's half kind of
it was the guy who made the. It was
elf.
the guy who made the rings, wasn't it? I think. I think that was that the law.
Yeah, he's like a wraith.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know
Elf,
it's a wraith,
called,
isn't it? They call him a
called
wraith.
Brimbor or something.
Mm,
Um,
yeah, I can't remember what his name was, but maybe Talon was the ranger.
yeah, I think that was Celebrimbor is the elf guy.
Yeah, yes. And he's a wraith, isn't he? So yeah, with these powers, with the arrows, and then you can control or consume like the orcs and stuff, and you can get to control them. And with the whole like arrow thing, with like when you could like teleport almost with the arrow thing, and then you chop their heads off with that animation.
Yeah,
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 it was just it was so good. Is the more I think about it, it makes me want to play that game again. It's one of the ones where it's kind of like you're clearly copying Assassin's Creed
yeah,
but you've done it almost better. And because obviously I love Assassin's Creed, I love all them games like kind of copy the DNA of that, and that's why I feel like I'm gonna love Ghost of Tsushima because you can clearly see once again they've kind of copied Assassin's Creed, but it's probably just going to be a better Assassin's Creed.
yeah, yeah.
So yeah, whenever a game kind of copies that kind of DNA where you can do the stealth, you're playing as one character, is sword gameplay. Yeah, it's just it ticks all my boxes. And then with the Nemesis system on top of it, yeah, it's a fantastic game. It's
Yeah.
fantastic.
No, it was really good. I really enjoyed that. That is actually I don't know why I'm bringing it up so much. I did platinum that one. That is a game I did platinum. So
And you platinum it,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And
I think I tried to platinum it, and for some reason I couldn't. I can't remember why. There's a trophy that I just couldn't get.
there was one really random one that just popped for me, and I can't remember what it was. And I thought if I hadn't have just got that as a fluke, I don't think I would have been able to get it. If I was like trying to get it, I can't remember what it was though. It was near the end. Like it was like I don't know, killed 10 people with it, like 10 people on fire. In a row or
Yeah, yeah,
something.
yeah, 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 yeah,
Something
yeah.
like that, yeah. But yeah, no, I did. I done a lot of googling this time as well. I did Google guy who made the One Ring, and it come up Lord Sauron. So that was a bit wrong. But then I did. Yeah, it is Killer Brimbor is the elf guy. So or
Yeah, it was something to do with Sauron, wasn't it? I remember the cutscene, and there's even the story. Not to spoil it for anybody that hasn't played it, but it's a good old-fashioned revenge story, isn't it? As
yeah,
well, so
it's a lot
it
better
was worth.
revenge
So,
story than the one we talked about last week. So yeah, that's
all right, we won't go back onto
yeah.
that.
No,
That's
oh no, I thought
yeah,
about
you
it.
got
Now.
time.
I'm angry again.
You're angry again, yeah.
Yeah, no.
Talking about sequels though, which I don't think was as good, and I didn't think the sequel Shadow of War was as good as the first one.
No,
Did
because
you play Shadow of War?
no, and I was really looking forward to it. But again, that was a game that kind of just got destroyed by microtransactions, wasn't it? Um,
Mm,
I think one of the end, by the end you have to have an army and you have to grind for
yeah.
hours and hours and hours, or spend some cold hard cash, and you can skip that and do it. And it's kind of, I just thought
Mm.
I'm just not. I'm not gonna just even play it because it's just ruined it.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
pretty
same.
sure.
I got to the end bit where you had to grind and I gave up.
Yeah, it's bullshit. And I'm pretty sure one of the guys who's making it died, and they had him as an orc, as paid DLC. And it's like, what the fuck? If you're making a game and you want to put, a little tribute to the, your friend and your colleague and the guy who's making the game, to put it in there. Don't fucking charge people to
Yeah, yeah.
do it. It's just gross. But yeah, again, microtransactions. That was like a few years ago when microtransactions were just kind of everywhere, and everyone just kind of got to the point where they was like, "No, fuck this! You're going too far. Let's just stop."
Hmm.
So yeah, it's a shame it got ruined because I don't they won't bring out another. They doubt they'll release another one.
Do you reckon? I don't know. They might do. Like it's been a few. Looking at so it was Monolith.
Mm,
I believe was the productions. That is the developer. And obviously, Shadow of Mordor came out in 2014. Then Shadow of War, which was the second one, was 2017, which is a 3 year gap. So 2020 is the next 3 years. So they haven't announced what they're working on next. Obviously, it's going to be a Warner Brothers. Maybe they're the ones doing the Harry Potter thing, or maybe they're doing something for DC. I don't know, but obviously there's been a lot of rumors, isn't there, with like what Warner Brother
yeah,
games are coming up.
yeah.
Um, Talking about that, I know it's a little bit of a thing with obviously Rocksteady apparently working on a
Suicide Squad
Suicide
game,
Squad.
yeah.
What do you think of that?
It could be good if it's done well, and Rocksteady did make quite they had the Batman games done really well. So yeah,
Hmm.
I'm up for. I don't know if it'll be like, um, obviously playing as different people. I don't know, or just playing as one of the team members, and maybe if you're playing as the Suicide Squad and like you encounter Batman at some point, that'd be pretty cool.
Hmm.
So yeah, no, I'm looking for. Yeah, I'm up for that. I think it should be good.
Oh, okay, yeah. Looking at Google searching,
Oh, look at you
um,
googling as well now. God,
I am that googling. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, well, you can do it, so I can do it as well. Don't judge.
mhm.
Um, and I'm making it better for the listeners. It might sound a bit more informative.
Yeah,
Yeah, they confirmed that the next game is not going to be a sequel to Shadow of War.
told you. Yeah, they fucked it.
Bastards.
They fucked
They
it.
did try.
Yeah.
Oh, they fucked. They had a good thing, and they fucked it. So yeah, you're right.
Well, talking about a good game that ain't going to get another sequel. This is my third game out of my top three, and it is a Titanfall 2. So I never played Titanfall 1 because obviously it was an Xbox One exclusive. And then I found out it wasn't no story mode. It was just kind of online, so I didn't bother playing it. But I did play Titanfall 2 on my Xbox, so I got it on the Xbox One a little while after it came out. I think it might have been a year actually after it came out, because again that came out. I think that got released like the same day as Battlefield 1, so everyone
Okay.
was playing on Battlefield 1, including us. We was and that again it kind of got lost, but it's such a good game. Like, I didn't play the online element, which is probably wrong, because it's a big part of the game, but just the story campaign alone was brilliant. Like, I'm a big geek, and I like anything to do with mechs and that, really. So like the mech combat, and even like the wall running was just brilliant. It's just the story was good, and it ended in a way that it could have got a sequel. It's such good. And then right at the end, near the end of the game, they introduce this this time travel mechanic, and
Okay.
just kind of like, but it doesn't overstay its welcome, if you know what I mean. Like, they introduce it, and then by the end of that level, it's gone. They're just like, yeah, you had that, now it's gone. And it's just
Sure.
the way that mixed it up to solve puzzles, and see certain stuff that happen is really such a good game. And it's a shame that I don't think they will be getting another one, because obviously now it's all what's it called? I can't remember what it's called. What's that game called?
Apex.
Apex Legends. Yeah,
Apex.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that is my third, and again, that is another one that was
Mm.
free to
And
download.
obviously Star Wars as well. Fallen Order is going to stop that studio from doing anything else.
Exactly. Yeah. So, and I will get round to playing Fallen Order one day, but yeah, it's just
Mm.
such a good game.
Mm. I
And
forgot. I completely forgot about Fallen Order. That could have been in my top three.
yeah,
Why did
that's it. I couldn't
I?
I haven't played it yet, but yeah, it's just a really good. And again, I say it was that was a free to download on PlayStation Plus a few months ago, I think it was. So if you've
Mm.
definitely give that a go. You don't need to play the first one to enjoy the second, because, as I say, I never played the first one, and I just jumped straight into the story. I got what was going on, who the good guys were, who the bad guys were, and it's the gameplay's brilliant. You can get like different like loadouts on your mech, so as you go through
Sure.
defeat the bosses, you get one which is like rockets, there's like a shotgun mech, and like ones with sword, like a sword, and it's brilliant. It's a really good game. I've got a lot of time for that.
Okay. Sounds good. It's a good part-time players game. Sounds like.
Definitely, yeah. I remember when I used to play it, I used to go in it. I used to jump on, do a mission, turn it off. Yeah, that is definitely a certified part-time players game. Jump in and out. Yeah, it's just brilliant. It's a brilliant game. It's not that long either. I think the campaign's
Mm.
maybe about 15 hours, maybe. So
Sure.
it's good, but it's not. It's not too. It doesn't feel short. It's
Mm.
exactly the right length, and
Well, I wouldn't give up all hope because it's completely a new kind of IP. Well, it's obviously a complete like EA IP,
yeah,
so they could technically give it to someone else, like
yeah.
another one of their studios.
I do live in hope. But
Do you know what I mean? Just because, obviously, is it Visceral? Obviously, is it Visceral that is busy
yeah,
doing other things? Doesn't mean they won't give it to someone else. So yeah, they've got loads of studios, haven't they? EA. So
yeah,
you never know. They might give it to Dice. Maybe that's what Dice are doing. They're not going to work on a new
yeah.
Battlefield. They're going to be working on the next Titanfall.
For
So you
me,
never know.
yeah, they're doing it for me. Yeah, no,
You never know. My final game, although you kind of put Star Wars in my head now, I was kind of thinking, I wish I
you
thought of
can't
that.
change it now. I can't change it now.
I'm not, I'm not changing it. I'm not changing it. And
I don't care.
my one is the Tomb Raider reboot from 2013.
See, now I'm gonna pick you up on this, Reece. That
All right,
that
cool.
come out on PS3 and Xbox 360. Yeah, it got re-released.
Did it?
It got remastered treatment on.
Oh, okay,
What I'm gonna
okay.
say is you done fucked up. So
I have fucked up because I played it on the PS4, so I just presumed it was a PS4 game. Okay. Oh,
but you can have it. I'm not gonna say you can't have that, because
uh,
I think that's a really good game
uh.
as well. So
Yeah, yeah. Because I was going to say that I would choose the second one, which is obviously Rise of the Tomb Raider, but I preferred the first one out of the reboots. I liked it that you was on that island, um, and the story was pretty good. The gunplay was good. I felt like the second one kind of went too much to being copying Uncharted.
Okay.
It was almost like to the point where you're kind of trying to rip off Uncharted now. I feel like the second one, where the first one did feel like its own separate thing. Um, obviously, there was obviously definitely inspired by Uncharted, and I guess Uncharted is obviously probably inspired by Tomb Raider from the PS1 era.
Mm.
But yeah, no, the gameplay was really good. Obviously, Laura, and obviously if you it was just a really good reboot to the series, which was surprising because I never really liked the originals. Obviously, she's a bit of an icon, isn't she? And then to reboot it, and it's kind of early for her career. She's not quite the Tomb Raider yet. You kind of seeing her grow, and she's got obviously the bow and arrow was really fun to play with, but she's not quite there yet. And she's kind of just studying and learning her way through. And it was kind of really compelling story just to follow. And like I said, I like the open world that you was on this island, and it's similar almost to like a no, like with Far Cry 3, where you're kind of stuck on a desert
Yeah.
island, not island, but you're on like this jungle
Yeah.
island, and with all these bad guys, and you almost got to save your friends, kind of thing, and then you become a hero.
Yeah.
It was kind of similar kind of things with that, and I like Fallout 3 because of
There's
that as
kind of
well.
like
So
supernatural elements as well, weren't there? So
yes, there was, yeah.
yeah, I know. I really, and one of the best I was meant to bring up last week, when we was talking about the Last Jedi of Us, it was what was I going to say? Do you know the Sky Bridge? The bit where you're walking across the Sky Bridge, and it's like really high up. And
Oh
I
yes,
remember looking down and thinking, I don't really, I know this is supposed to be high and all that, but I didn't really get it. But in that Tomb Raider game, when you're climbing up that antenna, that was like the first, I think it's like the first and only time really that I kind of got vertigo playing a game because I was like, shit,
yeah,
this is it.
yeah,
So
yeah. I
I
do vaguely
really,
remember that. Yeah.
really liked that bit in it. That was a brilliant game. Yeah, but yeah, I know. Yeah, as I say, I've played that on the 360, Xbox 360. But yeah, no, really, that was a really good game. It's a good shout for that one.
Yeah, maybe I did play it. Yeah,
Yeah,
I should have. Yeah, I should have done that beforehand. I saw it because I saw a PS4 because I was looking through thinking, oh, there must be some really old game or some game when the generation like when the PlayStation 4 first come out that I can't remember. And this was on the list, but yeah, you're right. It's the version like the
yeah,
upgraded version, isn't it? Ah,
it's good.
but yeah,
Yeah,
still my number three.
no, it's
Fuck,
good choice. And
fuck.
I think that we've got here. They're all kind of good. Um, they're all kind of good part-time player games. Yeah, I think that's we've not done
Mm,
that on purpose.
yeah, yeah.
It probably leans towards more because these are the games we've played and
Mm, mm,
the podcast. So
yeah,
Fallout 4 it definitely is because you can. It's like little quests. You can do little quests and obviously big, more longer quests. But I'd definitely say, yeah, the three games I picked were, um, yeah, just pick up and play. For a little, for as long as you can. Yeah,
yeah,
no,
yeah.
definitely.
So were my picks. Even like you think Destiny's not, but you can definitely do it. Probably more so than any game I play. It's just a pick up and play and just put it down kind of thing. So it's kind of a good thing about Destiny. But easily, like good shouters that could have easily made it into my top three is like the Assassin's Creed, either Origins or Odyssey, because they're both fantastic.
Yeah,
Probably both. I wouldn't say they're quite. They are part-time play games because they're single player. Although they're long, you can play them in bits. You kind of take your time, but yeah, they do take a little while to complete if you do want to complete
yeah,
everything. Like Odyssey and Origins, to be fair, although I beat both of them in terms of the campaign, I never 100%ed them. Like I've got the DLC and everything for Odyssey, and I never finished it. They brought out like because obviously they decided that they're going to support Assassin's Creed for like 2 years after it comes out, so they give you like so much content and all the like, the expansion pack afterwards. There's yeah, they give you like I don't know three more like storylines and
yeah.
stuff afterwards.
And
Like so yeah,
I'm pretty
they're really good games though.
I'm pretty sure on Assassin's Creed Odyssey you start off on an island called Kefalonia, and that Kefalonia is actually one of my favourite places in the world. So
Mm.
yeah, I should play it just for that. So yeah, no, definitely I'm going to pick that up and give it a go at some point.
No.
Yeah.
They made it into a bit more of an RPG as well, where you get like
Yeah.
you can choose like what you say, and obviously you have your own character, and people react depending on obviously what you say and how you are with them. So yeah, no, it's a great game. It's a good game.
Yeah.
Good game.
Yeah. No, great. I think we picked some good games there, like you say, and it all just they
Mm.
just kind of tied in. They're all part-time games, so yeah, it was good shout.
Yes, yes. So that is it for the main topic of the show. So we're going to round it up. Obviously, we did miss it last week, so we're going to fit it in this week. And this is How Long Is It? So it's basically the game where I name two games and Brad is going to predict which one is quicker to complete. So we're going to just do the main story. So basically I get all this data from this website called howlongtobeatit.com, and it's like the stats. So basically the stats are like main story, completionist, etc. Um, so the games this week is Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, because obviously we can't go a week without
Oh
mentioning the Witcher
yeah,
3.
obviously, yeah.
Yeah,
That's our like spiritual. That's our podcast game. You know.
yeah, a very unpart-time
Yeah.
game, but yeah, we'll mention it every week. And another game, which I guess we've mentioned quite a bit, I've mentioned it a few times, and that is Zelda Breath of the Wild. So the main story only, which one is longer?
Uh, Witcher.
Yes,
Yes.
correct. And it's only by 1 hour, by the way.
Really?
So the main story of The Witcher takes 51 hours. The main story of Zelda takes 50.
Oh, I would have thought it'd been longer than that.
Mm.
Mm.
The Completionist. Which one is longer?
The
Witcher
Witcher.
or Zelda? Nope,
Really?
Zelda.
I can't see that. I can't even remember that there being that much more to do in Zelda. That,
The completionist for time for Witcher is 173,
yeah.
and the completionist for Zelda is 184.
Well, I don't believe that. I'm
Ah,
sorry, I don't believe it. So
all right. Well, yeah.
I don't believe. I'm sorry,
The
Reece.
stats don't lie.
No. Okay.
Mm,
Well.
mm,
Oh, I've played both of
mm.
them, and I've completed neither. So that's a good start. You know, it's
Did I thought you completed The
I
Witcher
did
on the
complete
Switch?
Witcher, but I got the worst possible ending, so I had to go back to get a better ending, and then didn't do it. So,
I feel still that there's still counts. You still beat
yeah, I
it. You
know,
still
but
finished it.
yeah, it was a horrible ending. It was like the worst possible. After I completed it, I texted my brother and was like, "Did this happen in your game?" He was like, "No," and I was like, "Oh shit." So yeah, but yeah, no, I will complete Zelda as well before the second one comes out, definitely. But both good, both great
Yeah,
games, both really good games.
yeah, great games. Which is better though, but yeah,
I'd say Zelda's a part-time player game. I'd say that, especially it being on the Switch. I'd say you can pick up and play that. You know, that's
yeah,
one you can pick up and put down. Yeah, good game.
yeah. No, it's definitely, no, it's definitely a part-time player's game. Despite the length, obviously, once again, it's a very long game. Same as The Witcher. I guess all these single-player games, technically, you can pick them up and put them
Yeah,
down, but yeah, but it just takes a long time to complete, and you will probably give up and not complete it in the end.
yeah,
Like you both did.
yeah. Um,
Yeah, I would like to know because I'm sure Nintendo would ever give any of them figures out, but I would like to see the percentage of people that actually beat it.
yeah.
I reckon it's below 50,
You reckon?
even maybe no below 30% of people that bought it didn't beat it.
Yeah, yeah. No, I really enjoyed it when I was playing. I got really into it. I just kind of I had one more
Mm,
Divine Beast to do, and then I just stopped for some reason. But
mm,
I have to go back into
mm.
it actually. Yeah, that I'll put that on the list.
Although I think,
Spider Man.
do you reckon that's quite low for most games actually? Thinking about it, like the actual completion rate.
Yeah,
I reckon that is low because when you ever look at trophies sometimes and you look at like if there is a trophy that is basically you beat the game, it's like the percentage of people that have that trophy is never like I don't know. I never really see it like maybe I beat games quickly, but I don't think like I do. But it's never like above like what 10%.
mm. Yeah,
You know what I mean? Because it makes you think what less than 10% of people that played this never beat it. It's
yeah,
kind of like oh wow,
yeah. Maybe people just
interesting.
they kind of get bored of it, or yeah. I think sometimes you can burn yourself out. So when I first played The Witcher for the first time, Witcher 3. I was playing it, and when I weren't playing it, I was watching videos on it. I was reading about the lore, and I just kind of burnt myself out on it, and I'd had to give it a break, and I didn't come back to it until I got it on the Switch. So yeah, I can definitely see, yeah, getting burnt out. But that just might just be me. When I get into something, I kind of get really invested in it, and I have to look.
Mm.
I want to, absorb more stuff about it. So, yeah, but I will definitely go back and finish that one.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll be like that when Cyberpunk finally comes out. It'll be the same with that.
Yeah,
So much has been so, like we said, the
exactly.
idea
Yeah,
seems so big, so daunting. But I look forward to losing myself into this world. But yeah, hopefully then I don't know, then detective mode scenes are coming. What they'll call down. What they'll called again? Do you remember?
Dreamwire Live.
It,
No, that's Nightwire.
it was something what
Nightwire. Dream
Nightwire. Was
Dance.
it Nightwire?
Dream Dance.
Dream.
Oh, we sound like a couple of idiots right now. I tell you,
Is it night? Is it Night Dance? No.
I don't know.
I feel like night was in the title. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, it was something dance, wasn't it? You're right.
Yeah, I'm trying to
Mm,
Google it, but I don't know
yeah,
what it's called. So yeah.
yeah. Anyway, we'll move on from that. Well,
Um,
email in if you know the answer to that,
yeah, if you
because
do know
who
the
knows?
answer to that, email in. And please, for love of God, if anyone knows how to get that last trophy, please let me know.
Yes,
Yeah. So
please let Brad know.
we'll move
But
on
anyway, yeah, we'll wrap.
to what we're gonna.
Go
If we're planning on playing anything.
on. For me this week, yeah, it's kind of like we said at the beginning of the show. It's been a very, very hectic and busy time at the moment for me personally. With work, and plus I've got a move shortly, so yeah, I've got to sort out with moving apartments and things like that. So with life and etc.
Yeah.
I ain't got much time to play at the moment, but yeah, jumping in and out of Destiny. Obviously, when Ghost of Tsushima comes out on the 17th of July, I cannot wait for that.
Hmm.
That I feel like that's going to be my game of the year because it's just that's my type of game. As though I really liked Last of Us. Yeah, I just think that Ghost of Tsushima is going to be just more
Yeah.
my type of game. But
A week on Friday.
I'm really looking
So
forward to
yeah,
that.
that should be good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yourself? What are you playing?
Well, again, yeah, busy with work and life, but might try and finish Zelda. Might try and finally scratch that off the list. Yeah, maybe play a bit of that. Other than that, I guess I say I did download um, Days Gone to do a review, and I will do that. I know it's a couple of years old now, but I will play it. I just don't want to go into a heavy zombie game straight away. So, yeah, maybe Zelda. I think if I do play anything, it will be something on the Switch, so just so I can it just be a bit,
Hmm.
a bit easier to do. Yeah, so I probably might have a Switch session this week.
Sure. Yeah, okay. Sounds good. Sounds good. And do you want to tell the guys at home where they can find us, subscribe, etc.?
Yeah, so if you have anything you want to bring up or get in touch, give us some feedback, questions, anything you can think of, email us at ptplayerspod@gmail.com. Follow us at ptplayerspod on Twitter. As I say, we've got our Facebook page, which is Part Time Players Podcast. We're on YouTube. If you're listening to this on YouTube and you like it, just give us a thumbs up. That'd be great. And maybe subscribe so you don't miss an episode. And turn on the bell notification so you know when we get new episodes. Our episodes go up
Yeah.
every
Ding.
Wednesday.
That's a
Yeah,
ding sound, isn't it?
yeah.
It's like a ding.
Every Wednesday we put our episodes go live. So yeah, and like we said last week, we've got we put up our podcast onto YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and iTunes and Podbean. But if there's any other medium, that I dare say we're going to try and get onto some more platforms at a later point, aren't we? So yeah, just
Definitely.
yeah, email us for any feedback. Any feedback would be great. It'd be nice to get some feedback from our listeners. So and please let me know how you got that trophy. And yeah, that's it really.
Yeah. Okay. Well, take care, and until next week. Catch
Goodbye.
you later.
Yeah,
Bye.
bye.
Bye. Bye.